What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog coming to you guys today talking about, you better get your money on the way in and your exit out. We have on the front cover, if you've seen the thumbnail, you probably know what the thumbnail is, depending on if you're into TV like I am or sci-fi TV, and that is Lovecraft Country. It kind of took the country by storm. First week, 100,000 people watching it. I think by the end of the series, it had over 10 million people watching collectively on Sundays and that's according to HBO's stats. Okay, that's a lot of people for a weekly show, and that's again at its peak. That's not like reruns. That's not people watching it after. That's just people watching it the time it gets dropped. Now, why is that important? It just got nominated for 18 Emmys. It was very transformative. It did a really great job talking about Tulsa uh, massacre, essentially. And it was right after another show on HBO talked about Tulsa Massacre, and it literally had, and again, we think 10 million people was all black people. No, you had thousands upon thousands. Let's just be honest. They had a million people on the internet going, "Was the Tulsa bombing real?" Because they thought this is an HBO show, but they just saw this same thing on, I think, Watchmen, and people thought, "Is this real?" And so both these shows end up making Google almost shut down from people typing, "Was Tulsa, Oklahoma real?" Which of course, brings on the news of the reparations, going to Congress and all these things. Now people are saying, "Erica, what does that have to do with anything?" And I'm bringing it to you because I know you guys work best in theory and in stories. The lady who produced the show said, "Man, I had season 2 ready, lined up to go. Look at I got the notes, the charts." Now we all know the show was based off a book that had one book. So season 2, 3, 4 would have been off of something else. Okay. Now, but in the interim of this going on, she was marketing herself for what? A deal for long-term production with HBO or Apple. This is not uncommon. What is happening right now in our marketplace is people want to lock you in. They noticed the Tyler Perry effect, where he has had an audience for a solid 15, 20 years. Let's just be honest, 20 years at this point almost. It feels like Madeire's been out running around in a wig. And so now they know that black directors and producers can have that power. They're kind of doing this frenzy of locking in diverse young talent early. So she was pitching herself to HBO. HBO was like, "Girl, we already making this show for you. What's the problem? We done nominate you for all these Emmys. What's the problem?" She had already signed with Apple. It was pretty much locked in a year ago. See, but what you're seeing is it makes it like HBO decided not to renew her show, and she got all these Emmy nominations, which HBO put her in for, and she got scooped up by Apple. No, that's incorrect. There will not be a Lovecraft Country 2. They just won't be at all. You know why? Because HBO is not going to put on a show, which they have rights to, that all it's going to do is promote her name and promote her new stuff on where? Apple. They ain't giving Apple no free promotion. They know exactly what they're doing, and they are not giving Apple no free promotion. Okay? What's up, everybody? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you drop your city and state. But this isn't uncommon. You just had the same thing happen where Netflix just dropped a bunch of people's shows, right? They just said, "Oh, season 1, that's good enough. We don't want another season of it." And people make fun of Netflix as the home of one season and you're done. At least with broadcast TV, ABC, the big 3, you'll get at least 2 seasons, right? And then they cut it off. They're like, that didn't work. Gone. Netflix is the home of one and you're done. HBO, pretty big on giving you 2 seasons, right? Now, why does this matter? You make your money on your exit. Prime example, I hate to use this example because the guy's dead. It's unfortunate. Wakanda, Black Panther. Okay, why does it take so long for Black Panther #2 to be filmed? It's not because he died. It's not because he was battling cancer. It's because they were battling how much money were they going to make. And they battled before that because, they made it. Marvel was like, all right, make this movie. Make this character. Just like they've been doing Black Widow. Pushed her off to the end. Okay, let's make the Black Panther character. And put this amount of money in it. And let's see what it does. It was worldwide phenomenon. It did $1 billion. They were not prepared for that. So everybody on that set did the umbaya and held hands and like, y'all gonna give us some of these rights. Y'all gonna give us some of these producer credits. Y'all gonna give us some backside money, and you gonna give us more money for Black Panther Part 2. Because trust me, if they want to film a movie in 6 months, they can. They can. They can. You think Tyler Perry bad with the wigs? They'll throw them in them Wakanda suits and put them out there. It's about money. You make your money on your exit. And so again, they're filming now for show, right? They had to move some things around, but they made their money when they saw how big it was, right? How powerful it came out, how strong it came out. Pitch Perfect's another example. You make your money on the exit, how things come out. Now you may say, Erica, is this show talking about shows? No, it's talking about the economy. I know you're like, what in the world? This show is talking about the economy. And what a lot of people don't realize is people make their money on the exit. Okay. They think, and there's a prime example on Instagram. It was a guy, he's making this face. It was a TikTok or whatever. And he was like thinking he's getting rich from flipping homes, and he's laughing. And he's like, oh, you get rich from holding them. Right? So we have this game where a bunch of people wanted to be wholesalers a couple years ago. About a good 4 years ago, everybody was wholesaling. Okay, well then they wholesale to who? The flipper who's putting the work into the house. And he's getting paid because he's getting ready to sell it. Okay, they sold it to the gentrifier, however you want to call it, right? The company, whatever company came and bought it after that. And then they're like, yeah, well now supplies are up, cost of repairs is up, cost of lumber is up. Flipper taking it slower, right? Some builders are walking away from projects because they're not even going to break even. This is happening in Texas. This is happening in Arizona. You make your money on your exit, right? They're not even going to make their money on their exit. The person who bought that last house, right? That one guy sold it for 35, wholesaler, then the flipper, then the person who's still in the house is laughing all the way to the bank. Why? Because either they're exiting by selling or they're exiting by refinancing their house right now in this market, right? A lot of times people try to act like, yeah, I'm renting. I'm so smart. I'm saving money. Look how I'm saving this money renting. And people in Austin and people in Houston, and sadly, people from New York who moved to Atlanta should be the first people to tell you that's not who's making the money. You're not savvy and smart and wise because you're renting. You're savvy, smart, and wise because you already bought it and you're holding. Now, somebody going to come in the comments, well, Erica, you know, the man's got his foot on my neck. But if I ask you what you've been doing the past 5 years, it was getting a Dodge Charger and a Hellcat and going to Miami. It wasn't thinking about buying no house. So let's get that out of here, okay? Now, what's happening in the next 2 to 5 years, and what do I see happening? Well, I'm going to share my screen because I don't want y'all to say, well, you just think that. No, I know it. I don't feel like that. I don't feel it. I know because I look at the numbers, okay? The numbers, okay? Because that's what's important. Now, I'll try to make the screens as big as possible because I know some of y'all complain about the size of the screen. But okay, so investors raised their bets on a growing single family home market. Now, many of you are like, Erica, people aren't paying their rent. Everybody's not paying. It's just so horrible out there. And I just want to tell you it's just not true. Now, let me just go ahead and slide down. Okay, we're going down there. In the case of Dallas-based Invitation Homes, it's the largest U.S. landlord of single-family home rentals with 80,330 houses. Let me say that again. Dallas-based Invention Homes. It's the largest U.S. landlord of single-family homes with 80,000 homes. Let's just do simple math. Let's say every single house, we're just doing it for kicks and giggles. 80,330, okay, times $1,000 a month. That's $80 million rolls through that company every month. That's just if every house was $1,000 rent. That's not even talking about late fees. Times what? 12 months? What's going on in here? Times 12 months. That's $963 million a year. Okay, so let's just gonna throw that out there real quick. Now let's keep scrolling down because you're gonna be like, what? Now, they're from their CEO. He said, listen, nothing's easy in business, especially when you're trying to be an attractive salesman for investors with a lot more eyeballs than years ago. Okay. 2012. They started this in 2012. Let's say it again, 2012, after the crash, with funds from real estate investment trust, private equity firm, Blackstone Group. Okay. Let's just to hear that? Blackstone Group. So Blackstone stole off their stake of Invitation Homes for more than $1.7 billion. When did they sell? November 2019. But decided to re-enter the single-family home sector last year with $300 million investment in Toronto-based Tricon Residential. Then Black Home did what? Inked a $6 billion deal this past week with Buy Home Partners of America, which owns 17,000 single-family rentals. Come on now. Come on now. Now, why is this considered a desirable investment? Single-family homes, again, y'all love talking about apartments, but y'all forget, single-family homes have a 75 to 80% renewal rate, and people stay in homes for 3 years. Twice as long as residents in apartments. Now, why is that, y'all? I can tell you right now, people get an apartment. Well, I'm going to move downtown. I just moved in this apartment because it was cheap. I just stayed here because I'm waiting to buy my house. I'll tell you now, the apartment I was at, everybody was moving to a home. They were buying a home in Pflugerville, Texas. They were buying homes in Round Rock. They were buying homes in Georgetown. They were not trying to stay in those apartments. No desire. The people that were there, that was staying, like had dogs and making all this stuff around the fence, they had to be there. Just going to go there and put that there. Okay. Smaller investors still dominate. Now, let's make this very clear. Institutional investors make up less than 2% of U.S. family home industry. With most landlords, that's about 85% being mom and pop investors with fewer than 10 homes in their portfolios. Let me say that again. 85% being mom and pop investors with fewer than 10 homes in their portfolio. So I just want to do the math. If you have 10 rentals in Detroit, times $1,000 a month, okay? You're getting 10 grand every month. You're getting 120 grand for the year before you pay your property taxes, property manager, property taxes, thieves robbing your meters, all that mess that goes with Detroit. Okay? Does that make sense? And again, I've already told you, you're in the 1%, even if the mom and pop, once you get to the third house. That's how few people in America own that many houses. Lots of people own a vacation home, a timeshare, a rental, a second partial place. Not many own the third house. Makes you 1%. Okay? So I just want to show you that. I will put this link somewhere in the description of the video. Follow the money. Read this stuff. I know a lot of people have been hearing a lot of stuff about tenants not paying. Oh, it's so awful. Tenants ain't paying. Tenants ain't paying. What you're going to see the next 2 to 5 years is people who have credit repair businesses, they're going to make a killing. Why? Because you're going to have all these people. I'm going to tell you, for housing, they've already said minimum 4 million foreclosures possible. Maximum 10 million. You're going to have a sea of people. Oh, no, I didn't get kicked out, or we worked the payment plan out, we fixed the structure. Oh, come back and fix my credit. Oh, I'm trying to buy another house. Oh, I'm trying to do a short sale. I don't want it on my credit. Like, you're going to have that for the next 2 to 5 years, y'all. I promise you, these are numbers, right? So even if you go by states that have the most companies owning single family homes, number 1 is Georgia. Number 2 is Florida. Number 3 is, what did I put down here? That's sad. Oh, number 3 is Arizona. Number 4 is Nevada. Boy, that handwriting's bad. Number 5 is North Carolina. Number 6 is Tennessee. Number 7 is Texas. Number 8 is Indiana. Number 9 is South Carolina. And number 10 is Ohio. Michigan didn't even make the top 10, y'all. Michigan's full of mom and pop owners. Okay. So again, as you can see on here, this guy was talking about how firms like to buy 750 homes in a new market with an ability to increase to 1,500 homes. Why are they doing that? Because people don't want to live in apartments. I'm sorry, no matter what Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and all these people tell you, people rather live in a house, even if they're renting it for 3, 4, 5 years till they get themselves restructured. Why? Kids, family, more calm, whatever. All right. And so the investors are chasing these preferred markets. You know how I know? Because I'm in 4 apartment investment groups looking for deals. But again, Atlanta, Dallas, Phoenix, Tampa, Florida. Let me say that again. Atlanta, Dallas, Phoenix, Tampa, Florida. Another secondary market is Indianapolis and San Antonio. Okay. He said, now you're looking in the future, you'll see a handful of large players with probably 5 companies with more than 100,000 homes in the next 5 years. Adding, one of his disclosed clients has a goal of buying 1 million homes in 10 years. Think about that. Now, why are they going to be able to do that? A lot of people, listen, Max did a good video, and I want to bring it up again. And I was like, I've been saying that for 2 years now. A lot of people gonna be like, you know what? I don't want a job. I'll just Uber. I'll just part-time work. I'll do some little side hustle, which is really a side business, and just enough to get by, just enough to have a place, just enough to have a car, just enough to go on vacation to Florida every once a quarter. They're not locking in. They're not. Now the guys or girls who got kids, they got debt. They're gonna be like, let me go get a trade. Let me go get trucking. Let me go get a welding. Let me go get plumbing. Let me go get in and get serious. People that are in the middle class but want to go up to the next class, they're gonna be even more serious. Start smaller businesses and buy smaller businesses and buy more rentals. Now you're gonna go, Erica, why would I buy a rental if people not gonna pay? People gonna pay. People gonna pay. It's gonna get to that point. I promise you. Okay. Um, Over the next decade, we will see aggregators build a portfolio of homes that residents are choosing to live in. Again, choosing to live in. I cannot tell you how many people I've met who live in Texas but still kept their home in Ohio, still kept their home in Washington, still kept their home in DC and renting it out, still kept their home in this place and they still rent it out because they're not certain if they really want to be in Texas. Same things happen in Florida. They don't move to Florida, but we still kept our house in New Jersey, or we still kept our house here, or we still kept that because they don't know if they're going to want to stay in Florida, right? They're going to try to make some money off of it. So you got a lot of people doing that. Okay. And so again, I just wanted to show y'all that. This is a picture of Austin, of course. It's a popular target. Let me tell you, I went to 49 listings to try to buy or rent. Day of it putting out, could not get in. Just gonna be very clear. Again, another company, Front Yard Residential, 2.4 billion. They plan to expand in, listen to these markets: Austin, Texas, Columbus, Ohio. If you don't know about Columbus, Ohio, I will do a series of videos on it. Denver, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Utah, San Antonio, Texas. I'm trying to show y'all where the puck is moving. Maybe boring to some of y'all, but I'm just trying to show you where the puck is moving. Okay, and then why is this important? Let me fold into some more. Goldman Sachs sold 10.5 billion of its stocks, which is 20% of its portfolio. They sold actually $35 billion total, but Viacom got hit, Discovery got hit, Time, lots of stuff got hit. Go Google this for yourself. Don't let me just tell it to you. Go look it up. Huge sell-off. Okay. Now let's go on over here one more. The 10 most threatened metros based on FHA delinquency rates. Now this is through February 28th. So they'll be like, well, that's old data. Trust me, it ain't hop and change that much. Okay. Roughly out of 8 million FHA loans, these are people that put that 3.5% down. These people that didn't have no money. Okay, 17.5% were delinquent. 12 were seriously delinquent. Now let's go see what this said. Now before I start, y'all gonna think I'm talking shade on Atlanta, but I'm not. I'm just telling you what the data says. Okay, don't come at me with you talking bad about Atlanta. I really ain't talking bad about Atlanta. I'm just trying to show you. Okay, let me take this off the screen. I'm sorry. Was that blocking the screen? What's up, everybody? To put a 1 in the chat if you can. Drop a 1 in the chat. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. There's a lot of y'all in here. There's 177 people here. Hit a 1 in the chat. Yeah, they didn't expect any of that from Black Panther. They really didn't. Drop your city and state. What's up from New Jersey? Okay, now let me go ahead and hit this here. It's 179 people in here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying the show so far. I'm just trying to give y'all a good informational show. Y'all don't like a lot of chatty chat, so I'm going to just give it to you. All right, so 10 most threatened metros based on FHDA delinquency rates. Guess who is number 1? Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta. Now, I had to do it. I had to tell you about it. And this is, of course, this is not sponsored, but they need to give me a sponsor. It's a good drink. It's Cosmic Stardust. Oh, yeah. Oh, for those of you who hate that I drink in the mic, hold on. Oh, one more time. Okay. Number 1, Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta. Coming in number 1 with 20% delinquent loans. And out of the 20%, 14% are seriously delinquent. Okay, that's more than 50,000 delinquent homes. Okay, Atlanta number one. Now, hey, don't feel left out. Number two is Houston. Houston, Texas, the Woodlands and Sugarland. Why? Because Houston's trying to be like Atlanta. Okay, with 48,000. Their numbers are worse. 22% of all total delinquent loans. 50% of them seriously delinquent. So Houston's a little bit worse than Atlanta, but Atlanta is number one. Number three is Chicago. Naperville, I know I'm saying it wrong, and Evanston, Illinois, coming in with 38,000 delinquent. Dallas, Plano, Irvin. It's a shame, y'all. It's a shame. 27,000 delinquent loans. 19%. Next, of course, is your favorite, Washington, Arlington, Alexandria, DC, VA, Maryland, West Virginia kind of connection with 27,000. They're equal at Dallas. You know the next one, California, your favorite buddies, Riverside, San Bernardino, Ontario, California, 21,000 delinquent. 17% of their FHA are delinquent right now. Okay. Next, it's unfortunate, San Antonio and New Braunfels, Texas, with 19% delinquent total loans. 17,000 people playing out there in San Antonio. Next one, okay, it's the Florida crew coming in late. Come on in, Florida. Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford. 15,000 people not wanting to pay them things. They delinquent. 18% is delinquent. And our buddies in the stunner side of the town, Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater, Florida. 15,000 total delinquent loans. Now, what is this telling y'all? Now, what it told me is 50,000 people in Atlanta and almost 50,000 in Houston. Y'all need to stop playing. Stop playing. What is this telling you? What is this telling me, y'all? Come on, talk to me. What do y'all think this is telling us? You know, these people think, hey, now again, this guy even told you overall delinquency, it happens. Okay, it happens. But 90 days plus, he said they're likely to stay high. Okay, so what you're going to see is people selling them homes. Now, if you want to download the list of 169 largest metros, you can click here. I'm not trying to download that, but no. Will it let me pull it up? Oh no, it's making me download it. I ain't got time for that. We're not reading that. We're not doing that. But I just want to show y'all that these are the top 10. So your folks in Atlanta gonna start getting some more roommates. Your folks in Houston, your folks in Chicago. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to get it right. In Dallas, Baltimore, I'm not surprised. Did I miss Baltimore? Baltimore, Columbia, Townsend. I'm sorry, I skipped y'all. After Riverside, San Bernardino, California is Baltimore, Columbia, and Townsend, Maryland. I apologize, Maryland. No disrespect, but I skipped you. You are before San Antonio and New Braunfels in Orlando. But you up there, okay? So y'all just check that out. Some of you gonna say, well, that was February 28th. What you think they've been doing all this summer? What you think they've been doing since February? You think they caught everything up? You think this list changed? It didn't change. I assure you. These cities right here is out there living their best life. That's all I'm gonna say. They out there living their best life. So I'm gonna just put that here. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna see if I have my other one. Oh, do I have it? Oh, I don't have it. Well, part of what I was going to say on this show is you have October. I keep telling y'all October, and I call it October surprise, but again, I think we're going to go for another lockdown, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna just tell you like this: you see these platforms really fighting hard for good talent. I shared in the community tab that Quanta Brunson, who it's only been 6 years since 2014 to now. She started, and this is why I keep telling y'all time is, and this is where I'm going with this. Time is relative up here. When somebody's 40, 50 years old talking about, oh, I got to date somebody for 5 years. Otis, you old. Stop playing. Stop playing. I just posted the video. It's going to be in the community tab. Dude, talking about 4 to 6 weeks if you actively dating somebody, and you in your 40s or 50s, you know. Come on, Otis, stop playing. We ain't got time to play like that. So I just want you to understand there's a difference between someone, well, I'm kind of thinking about starting a business. I'm kind of thinking about buying real estate. I'm kind of thinking about it, Erica. We just don't have time like that. Right. So back to what I'm saying, Quinita Brunson, who will have a show on ABC that is called like Abbott Elementary. 2014, y'all. That's not that long ago. Started out on Instagram making funny skits. Then went from there to Facebook's BuzzFeed. Worked for BuzzFeed, then made a Facebook show. From the Facebook show, got on the HBO Black Lady Comedy Sketch Show. Season 1, killed it, right? They were just killing it. Then, in between there, wrote a book, right? And then got her show on a pilot. Now, people are like, wait, where's Quinta? They were watching HBO season 2, like, where is Quinta? What's going on? Then, boom, ABC picked her up. Now, you're going to say, well, Erica, it doesn't matter. Nobody's watching cable TV. But I told you on the previous videos, that's the progression. Once you on TV, you in there. What's his name? Brady? Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady still gets picked up for different shows. He's got a show coming on right now in the fall. Now you say, well, what does that mean? These people that get on these ABC shows, just like I was telling you about old girl who signed up with Apple, they're in the network. They will continue to be on ABC and different shows and different shows. You've seen these channels where you keep coming up with a show and you're like, that didn't work. That sucks. Why do they keep putting him on different shows? That's why. Prime example, dude from Saved by the Bell. I think James Vanderbeek's been on 15 different pilot shows that didn't go do nothing the past 7 years. He's in the network. He's in the jet stream. Once you're in the jet stream, they like something's got to pop. Even though TV's struggling, and people are going to these platforms, signing up with Netflix. You had the girl left ABC. Thank God it's Friday, right? When she had her shows, her Grey's Anatomy shows and her Scandal show on. They were tripping about some Disney tickets. $180 made you lose out on a whole person that took all their portfolio, right, over to Netflix. And then she made the hot doctor, what the guy, the Duke, good looking self on that one show already. So these people have contracts lined up for the next 10 years, 5-10 years. And it only took a few times. Now, if you know anything about Hollywood, there's people still in their 40s and 50s trying to get into Hollywood. Trying to get that one, get the leg. If I could just get that show. I've got friends who've acted on, what do you call it, SVU? And we didn't even know. She's like, yeah, I was an extra, y'all. She posted it, and we're like, oh my God, there you are in the crowd. An extra on SVU, yes. You know what I mean? So to have a leap from 2014 to 2021 is huge. To have a show on ABC, yeah, you ain't doing HBO's Black Lady Catch coming on no more. And what people have to understand is there's a difference in dabbling and really being prepared for what's going to happen the next 2 to 5 years. To really be honest about where you are in your assessment, and are you really ready to be immersed in whatever project you want to work on, right? So my biggest thing is for people to identify, okay, is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to do? Again, there are several people I've met in trucking who I'm having meetings with all the next 2 weeks. Hey, can I do this for you? Can I do that for you? Hey, can you help me do this? Can you do that? And I'm still segueing out of that vector. I'm segueing out of it being a major focus. Major focus is back to real estate. Because why? All roads lead to real estate. Right? So again, I just want you to get it up here, right? And another thing that I was going to tell you guys about is zero no money down loans are back. What happened in 2008? We were talking, everybody's like, what do you think about Wells Fargo? Wells Fargo did that because the same signs are there. Okay? It's 2008. Zero no money loans are back. What does that tell you? Okay. Now, I wrote down a couple things. I love this one quote. The guy did a video earlier. You can't buy loyalty. It has to be internal, right? Prime example, what I was going to show y'all is, and you make your money on the exit. Let me pull this up. CNBC had an article about 40%. I put it in the community tab and y'all cracking me up. Okay, let me just pull it up. Yeah, here it is. This just came out. I'm going to pull that up for y'all. Because people think it's funny, but again, you cannot win if everybody in the household ain't on the same page. Right? Because people always like, well, black people, we just got to live together and everybody just live together and save money and it's going to be so good. And I'm like, yeah, that's if everybody on the same page. Okay, let's go ahead and hit it here. Let's hit it here. I see your comments. I'm going to come back to you. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to hit you. CNBC, which is always cracks me up. Nearly 40% of couples who live together don't even know how much the other partner makes. Let's say that again. Nearly 40% of couples who live together don't know what the people make. Now, people in the comments like, well, if they ain't married, that don't, if they ain't married now, Erica. That's dumb. That's dumb. Because common sense, basic math, okay? If you make $4,000 a year, $4,000 a month, and I make $2,000 a month, and the rent's 1,000, we don't split it 50-50. We split it percentage wise. Right? Now people gonna be like, whoa, what you mean, Eric? What do you mean? If the rent's 1,000 and I pay 500 and you pay 500, you're significantly doing better in what? The situation. Right? So just for sake of argument, if she only makes $2,000 a month and you make $4,000 a month, technically she should only be paying $300 a month. Now you're gonna get mad at me, but I'm saying based on percentages of what should be her rental contribution, right? So if your rental, you're never supposed to be paying more than 35% of your income towards rent. Let me just go ahead and pull out the calculator. Somebody could be like, she gonna pay half because I'm broke. Okay, so $2,000 times 35%. She should never be paying more than $700. Never. Now we already told you the rent was 1,000, right? So out of his $4,000 times 35%, which let's get it back down to 25%. Really is what the true number, but 25% of his income is $1,000. He was probably covering the rent before she moved in, but I'm gonna just go ahead and we're gonna keep rocking with it because I know how some of y'all are. Y'all petty. All right, so $2,000 times 25% is $500. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, see, she can pay $25. She can pay it, but that doesn't make any sense. If you do percentages, at most she should be paying $300. And that leaves you with $700. And that means if she move out, you ain't get hurt, and she will get hurt because she would need to pay more. Now I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna be careful because there's a whole piece I can go with that, but I'm gonna leave it alone. You cannot build any kind of successful life with another person if you don't know what they're bringing over there. I'm sorry, you can't. I've heard people, oh, we do our taxes separate, This is a I go there. Glenda can choice test me, can get on me if I'm incorrect after this. When Glenda Cameron had a heart attack and a stroke, he was living with a woman and she didn't have access to any of his accounts. Didn't have access to any of his stuff. He even says in his videos that she thought they were gonna have to move somewhere else where she could pay bills and she could help contribute and control and all this other stuff. And he was like, no dice. Get on out of here, girl. But that's what happens when the other person doesn't know. Then they make decisions that are either detrimental to both people or they make bad choices. Now that woman's no longer in the picture, but you get my point. If something happens to this person, you guys are one accident away from, hey, we got to move out of this house. We got to sell everything. We got to do something different. If you don't know what the partner makes, this is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Now, here's what people say. Oh, 71% of partners said we communicate very well. When they gave them an ideal range of how much the person earns, they really couldn't identify it. They had no clue. 44% of them said they argue about, again, let's be clear. Indeed, 45% of the respondents tell Fidelity they have arguments about money with their spouse occasionally, while 1 in 5 say money is their biggest relationship challenge. So if you sitting over here like this, and she's sitting over there like this, something that's a small $500 problem that could be solved, neither one of you know how to tackle it because you're in this is doomed from the start, people. People are more comfortable getting physically naked with somebody than financially naked. Now, why am I bringing this up? You're like, oh, Erica, where you come with this shit? You should read these things. You should read because these people are technically in a situationship. If something better come along for her, she gonna bounce. Something better come along for him, he gonna bounce. It's dangerous. It's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's a very dangerous situation. Now, why does this matter, right? Don't be addicted to projects. If you over 40 or 50 years old, this ain't gonna work. Old buddy have a stroke. Old buddy found out the stairs. Old buddy break a hip. Be 52. It's gonna be a problem. Okay, right? If something bad happens to you, and again, we've heard this story millions of times, where the adult children of the other person doesn't know what to do with you. The other parent dies. They don't know what to do with you. You get out. That's what you do. They take their dad's house back and you get out. This is a bad situation. You are too old to be taking on projects. ones I quote from somebody's video earlier is Hebrew 5:12 and Titus, doing good for the sake of the gospel. And at some point, we should be teachers of those who are younger than us. We shouldn't both be acting like we are kids. And that's paraphrasing that. Don't take it out of context. But I just want to be very careful. If you're paying attention to what you see out here, a lot of people are moving. And on the other channel, which I call Dark Times, Dark Money, I think is what we're going to call it. It's a little more doom and gloom, so I'm just going to give you a heads up. But we really talk about how food is moving, how ports and shipments, and how China's really going to be in the powerhouse of control because it has so much influence in Africa, and how deep and vast the investment in Africa probably needs to be in the next 10 years for most companies. Even me and Diamond Dave talked about the Amazon of Africa. It's over at just Stock Profits channel. I think I'll post it in the community tab when it's posted, when it's ready. But you guys gotta pay attention. Like, if you can't even in your own house discuss money, honey, the next 2 to 5 years are going to be rough for you. And I mean physically, I mean in multiple ways that are so detrimental. Okay. And I get it. It's funny. People think it's funny. Oh, it's my money and her money's her money. And it's like, oof, honey, you need to get some joy out of this life and some basic knowledge. Let me go here. I had another one. Oh, dang it. I lost it, y'all. I have someone coming on later this week talking about business profiles. New guy to the channel, so be nice to him. We're going to talk about people establishing business credit and the right way to do it and why. And that's because the next couple of years, the only people really going to get access to money is going to be businesses and real estate owners. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being really absolutely serious right now, like serious as a heart attack. What I've seen and what I've seen from documents, if you go on certain banks' websites, only loan offers they have are cars and real estate and business. That's it. If you're not one of those three, they don't want to hear it and they don't care. It wasn't just Wells Fargo who got rid of personal loans. Wells Fargo is just taking the brunt of the hit on the conversation. Now, let me see what conversation y'all got up in here. Oh, yeah, they really didn't. They had no idea. What's up? Good afternoon. Oh, I mean, they made a bag, but if you knew a project was going to make potentially $1 billion, because the biggest thing that was going on at Marvel and all these places is they were making these actors sign these 9 movie deals. They had to pretend to pay them 5 movies and 7 movies, and they paid them these really low amounts because they didn't want to have to argue with them later about money. They didn't do that with Black Panther. They're like, oh, just put this out here, just a one and done. So they didn't even have them locked in. The only person they had locked in was, unfortunately, Chad Boseman. That's all. That's the only person they had locked in for the future Panther roles, because he was in this Marvel 9 movie deal. Everybody else was just in this one and done. So no, they did not expect him to make this money, and that's why it took so long for them to finish the contract for number 2. Is because they were negotiating money, and everybody got to get on. Honey, okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Listen, our whole thing is to learn together, to grow together. Like, I'm just documenting the journey of stuff I'm learning, ways I learned to get into markets and get out of markets, how I'm learning to best navigate working with other people and working in partnerships. And all I can do is learn and grow and invest and get better and share that knowledge. That's all I can do. There you go. Listen. Oh, man, that's super nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, if the screen too small, turn your phone sideways. You dig, you dig. We don't gotta say it. Thank you. What's up, Doug? It's been a stranger. Stranger Doug. That's right. And see, your mom is in the top 1% in America for housing, that part. You can do it, Edmund Carter. Listen, let me be very clear. There's a couple videos I'm going to post in the community tab where there are young people, no money. And I hate saying that no money thing. It drives me crazy. No money, no credit. Go get some money, get some credit, right? But what they've done in immersion of a year, 18 months, is just meet every single person in their environment, their ecosphere for housing. And what happens is these circles are so small. They're like this big. They're this big. Like, there's only a few people, right? Like, I was on the phone with somebody and I said, hey, man, I got this. I'm trying to get this property in Columbus. He's like, oh, let me put this person on the phone with you. And I laughed because I already knew that person, but I didn't say anything on the phone. I just let him give me the number. I got on the phone. I'm like, hey, man, what's up? He just gave me your number. Oh, that's cool. Because it's that small. It's small. There's only 1 million people on Bigger Pockets, just to give you an idea. And out of the million people on Bigger Pockets, I would say 35% are actually doing something. The rest are all asking questions like, oh, I want to business. And 9 times out of 10, they're analysis paralysis, or they have money they haven't invested with somebody. That's just my opinion on that one. You can go look on there deeper, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, a million people on Bigger Pockets, maybe 35% are really doing it. And what you do is you literally go in there and say, hey, I'm trying to invest in this city. Boom, 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 boom. People pop up. And that's why I'm telling you, like, the rest of the year, I'm going to have inside my Rise 20% group. I think I'll drop it in there somewhere. I'm telling them the fall semester of like what conferences I'm doing, where my events are going to be at, where the tour is going to be at, where I'm going to do some smaller tours are going to be at, where it might be just me and one other person, because the power is in the energy in the room. The power is connecting with people. The ball gets rolling really fast when you get in the same room and on the same wavelength with people. And I'm telling you, like, I just read that thing to y'all about those companies focusing on housing, because what happens in a downturn? People get real focused on where are we living? Okay, where are we living? Okay, if we in the house, prime example, there's an article about a woman. Let me see if I can. No, I'm gonna be able to find it in time. But she basically has her adult sister and her 2 adult kids. That's 4 adults in one house, and they all have their own car because they all go to work. Parked in her front yard. The town in Louisiana is so mad about her way she's parking the cars on her yard that they fined her $350 every day for a year. And this is a white woman, y'all. It ain't she's like white Hispanic. She ain't black, she white. And she's like, why are y'all finding me? I have to, there's nowhere else for us to park all these cars. And she got a raggedy driveway, and she got the yard ain't cut, other stuff going on. And the city's like, can you fix your driveway? Can you pave it? Can you do this? I can't afford to do any of this. You have 4 adults. Your adult son working, your adult daughter working, your adult sister in the house, and you working with 4. And let's just go there. They got Dodge Chargers in the yard. They got a Camaro in the yard. And they got an SUV in the yard. Between the 4 of y'all cannot afford to pave the driveway. Y'all cannot afford to get the bushes cut. Y'all cannot afford to clean the house up. This is what you're going to see the next 2 to 5 years. You're going to see multiple adults in one house. You're going to see multiple generations in one house. You're going to see multiple people locked up. That's what you're going to see. Especially you see it in Texas. Indian community, all kind of stuff. Oh, thank you, Doug. Yeah, drop it in there. Support the channel if you can. If you can't, that's all good. What is good? San Antonio's been on the move, but San Antonio's a big sprawl to me. It's annoying to drive there, and it's annoying to drive through there. It's too late. I've already said plenty bad about Atlanta. I already said what I'm going to say. I'm done. I said what I said. Philly, yep. Philly, welcome Philly in the house. Brooklyn, hello, Sasha from Brooklyn. Sandy Springs, the top of the list. Listen, I was in Atlanta and I went to go look for an apartment, and everybody's like, what are you doing? I'm like, first of all, I'm trying to get some Airbnb money, okay? Now, 2, I think it's important. I remember Ty Lopez years ago did a series on being a Tri-City CEO. It looks like this. You have your main hub city you're in, and then you have 2 other side branch off cities. And for him at the time was like California, Nashville, and like Miami. No, it was like New York and Miami, Florida. So a weird triangle. Me, I'm torn. Right now, it could be Atlanta, Nashville, Austin. Really, I want it to be Austin, Houston, like a Carolina somewhere. It's a weird triangle. I'm trying to make it make sense, but what in the end is you have some type of base in that city, just in case things don't work out in your other cities, or that your business does not well in those other cities, or opportunities aren't as plentiful in those other cities. That's why you do it, and you want boots on the ground. Now, prime example, who else does this? Grant Cardone, big in Florida, still big in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Why Phoenix, Arizona? Because all these people pouring out of California are business owners. Yes, there's a lot of people with no money leaving California, but there's a ton of business owners just going, hey, we're in Phoenix now. We're in Phoenix. Our office and headquarters are in Phoenix, but they still going back and forth to California, right? And so Grant Cardone does a bunch of events in those places, a bunch of masterminds, a bunch of stuff in those 2 cities. Gary Vee has a headquarters in New York, but he also has a big headquarters, smaller headquarters in Nashville, Tennessee. So he has his footprint in the South, and then he's probably gonna have something near either Florida. I think he's going to have something in Florida because Southern football is Florida, Alabama, Georgia. It just is, right? Like North Carolina's been making a big stride, Virginia Tech's been making big strides, Virginia schools, but it's really Georgia, Florida, um, Alabama. That's really what it is. Just being honest. So the triangle effect is that all your portfolio isn't in one place. Now, you guys have also heard me talk about in the past the balancing bar, right? You'll have a bunch of ABC properties and then about 8 miles, 8 to 10, 20 miles max. You have a bunch of low income properties that you have so that it's a balance in your portfolio because this is going to do what? The poorer, the wealthier homes, the wealthier housing, the wealthier offices are going to have a certain type of clientele and it's not going to be radical income, but it's going to be nice. This over here is gonna be your poorhouses. This is gonna be your third ward. This is gonna be your fifth ward. You know, they paying rent, but they got an attitude about it. Okay, right? So you're gonna have that, and you should have it as a balancing act. So all your money isn't in one pot. Same thing goes, right? We have a portfolio in Detroit. We will not spend another dollar or dime in Detroit until we get that one tenant out. And if Detroit cannot fulfill that in a reasonable time, which is next week by Thursday, we'll never put another dollar in it. We just won't put another dollar there. We will go to Indiana. We will go to Georgia. We will go to parts of Texas. We will work with our group and do Huntsville, Alabama. We'll work with another friend's group and we'll work in Florida. But we will not put another dollar in Detroit. Sorry. Just won't do it unless that gets resolved. Because there's no way a city can function if you have people somewhere for 21 months not paying rent. That can't make sense in any city. Cincinnati, what's good? Is it a good ideal? I mean, you can never time the market, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I am currently in North Carolina. We went and saw beach homes, and we're talking with realtors. Beach homes are dropping 50,000, $100,000 in asking price. Like they've been out there. Yeah, we asking for 3.5 mil. Okay, we dropped it 100 grand already. You just put it out yesterday. Oh, we dropped it already. Um, a lot of places that are to me overpriced are already dropping 100, $200,000. A lot of stuff in Charleston, South Carolina, dropping. A lot of stuff in Savannah. Now, I'm just gonna say this. This is no surprise. Grant Cardone is buying up in Savannah. I don't know if he knows what's coming there. I mean, they may know something that's coming there, opportunity or headquarters or something, right? Because South Carolina, Georgia area is right to work kind of thing. He may know something coming we don't know, right? But he's heavy in Savannah all of a sudden. What's out there, I don't know, right? But a lot of the properties that I looked at that I thought were way overpriced because I'm from the Carolinas and prices are 10x what they were when I left to go to Texas, they're starting to drop, right? And you're gonna say, well, why would you buy a beach house? The tornadoes, the storms, because beach houses on average, if you spend a week in a beach house in North Carolina, which we have 13 beaches, South Carolina has 13 beaches, you spend 5 grand. Now you go, oh, who got 5 grand to put on? Who got 5 grand? These are 18-bedroom houses, 10-bedroom houses. So this is like a collection of college students. This is a collection of family. You know, this is like 10 family members. Everybody put $500 down for the whole week. They get to stay there and party, eat, drink. That's why. That's why people do it, right? Because a hotel in the beach areas of North Carolina right now are $400 a night. You're gonna pay $400 a night. You're gonna pay 2 grand for a whole week, or 1,500 for a whole week. That's how they get you with the house because the math just makes sense. Well, I might as well stay all week if we're gonna pay that much, right? You know, that's a lot of people's mentality. So what you're gonna see is a lot of housing in that part loosen up. You're gonna see a loosening up of a lot of different housing coming up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you posting, Doug. That I'm just telling you right now. Listen, there's 17 million vacant homes in America. Nine times you see the vacant ones, they in a rough area, they in a no area. But the reason I tell you don't look over them is because if somebody can go to one of these little South Carolina towns and buy something for 5, 10 grand and put 50 grand in it, they're gonna keep it forever. They're gonna keep it for the next 30 years. You're gonna have young people moving back to these areas. You're gonna have old people from New York. Or my mom's neighbors across the street been there for 20 years renting. I didn't know they renting. I thought they owned their own house. They ain't own it. They've been renting all these years. As long as we've been here, we thought they owned it. Okay. And they're from New York tomorrow. We're gonna go back to New York. How? Nobody retires in New York. You ain't going back. Stop that lie. Hey, you already know what we gonna be talking about October, November, December, baby. You already know. I like your thumbnail picture. You fighting, okay? Sparkle Sims. There you go. You already know. Again. There's a man I'm gonna post more of his videos in the chat. He's very funny to me. I think he's 58. He's like a preacher, but he speaks to women and men, and he talks about dating. He's like, listen, y'all too old to be out here trying to build a project, trying to fix somebody. This is life or death. You in your 40s and 50s. You need to be dating somebody got their stuff together, right? And I just like him for the commentary because to me he's 4 years down the road. He is let me see how I say it. Let me see how I say it in the right way. He's Kevin Samuels, but the softer side, more reasonable side. Like, hey, honey, dress your age. Do you know stuff that your uncle or your dad would tell you when they older? Like, listen, you ain't the youngest chick, but you there, so you need to get in where you fit in, right? And a lot of people need this. They need to hear this because they are economically ignorant, they are emotionally ignorant, and they playing games out here. And they're gonna. This economy is not what I fear is what I see coming for a lot of people is they're gonna have adult children move back home. They're not ready. They thought they was done. You're gonna have a lot of people, um, a lot more women and men trying to move to Mexico, trying to move. They can't go all the way to Thailand. That's too far. They can't go to Bali. That's too far. You got people been doing the expat life for 5, 6, 7 years. Now they're like, oh, I gotta come back to America. I'm out of money. I'm out of all this stuff. Now, the nomad life, the van life, all that stuff is a season. And some of these people's seasons are running out. And I want you to be able to be in a position where I know women who they done had 1 or 2 kids, but they never stressed. And when you talk to them, oh girl, I bought that property right after college, and then we rent that out, and then I bought this other property and I rent that out, and they're school teachers. It's not like they're making a lot of money. They're like, girl, I'm not teaching school no more. I'm staying home with my babies. A few properties make a difference, y'all. A few smart decisions make a difference. So the long game is what you have to play, and we can go more in that next time. So there you go. There you go. Thank you. Listen. Okay, and then here's the flip side of the house poor argument. Everybody isn't house poor. In Texas, the number one thing people were building was what? Pools. So you had all these people who had a house and it appreciated, right? Oh, I'm moving out of my house. I'm moving. Some people realized that what they gonna get. The economy was at a very high numbers. You weren't gonna get the same for your house that you sold it for. So if let's say you just pulled equity out your house because equity loans were still going off the check. Not HELOCs, but grade cash outs. Okay. And people were paying 80 grand for a pool, 40 grand for a pool, 20 grand for a smaller pool. These small little niche pools are very much in Texas, where you got the hot tub part here and a couple lanes. You can only just swim a little bit, because if they was gonna have to be at home with these kids, they were gonna make the most out of being home with them kids. Now, what did we see last recession in 2008? Man, you saw people. Dr. Dix can tell you in South Carolina they had people drilling holes in boats, sinking boats to get the insurance check. They were drugging boats every day out the bottoms of the water, polluting all the fish, drugging them boats. Okay. And so you're gonna have that again. You're gonna have people selling everything. Like there's a video, oh God, what's his name? It's black guy who's a millionaire. He said, listen, I've got my stuff, I got my house, all this stuff is paid off. I enjoy my stuff, but if I was in a bad situation, I'd sell everything and start over. And I recommend the same. Like, let it go. Sell it all. Like, don't be stuck, right? Um, so that's all. Deja vu truth. All these folks want to branch away from Atlanta, have their own city, and can't afford to live there. Listen, the pandemic just spotlight being house poor. I'm just gonna tell you now. Stop playing, Otis. Listen, and this the thing. Even the guy in the video, he was cracking me up. He said these 50-year-old dudes out here chasing these young women with no money and no. What you gonna do when you get her, right? Like again, most people, if you marry that much younger, you got to start again. I was watching this guy in an interview saying, "Oh, I don't want any more kids, but I date younger." And I was like, "Brother, you 44. You date any younger, that's gonna be a woman in their age having the last couple babies, 30s. You need a 40 something woman." And so even people are talking out loud, don't even know what they're talking about. Now, I did have a good conversation with someone out of Houston the other day. He was cracking me up because him and his lady are both, those single parents, and they babies are getting older. They done. They in their late 30s. They like, let's just go enjoy life. And I'm like, salute to you, sir. That's how you do it. Hey, you do what you got to do. See, people aren't listening. See, people want to play, and I tell you, because I put it to you like this: I am booking. I've been on the internet trying to book flights, book stuff, trying to, hey, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, and they're already like, hey, we might be shutting it down again. We don't know if we can have that. We don't know if you can do that event that size here. We might have to do a smaller event. You're like, what? That's why I tell you, I'm like, when I got my coupon codes for my classes, the tax links, all that stuff, I'm like, go ahead and get it. We're doing a live training, I think, on Sunday for the middleman to millions. Is that what we're doing a live training for? I think I gotta check my notes. But we got a live training on Sunday. I think we have a live training on next week on Tuesday is Ride 20%. Tuesday during regular hours, we're gonna have the business credit guy on. Then Wednesday, I fly. I'm flying in the air. But I should be able to do a YouTube class on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, we have another class. I'm just trying to get y'all up and ready. Like, you better get ready. Edmund Carter, I'm going to get y'all to save some of those questions for Tuesday. Because here's the thing. You're going to need money. I ain't trying to be funny, but y'all going to need some monies. Like, the get in the door, slide by the seat of your pants. It's real hard to do right now. Now, if you say, hey, Eric, I want to buy a piece of land, I can pull up on realtor.com right now and show y'all a bunch of patches of land that were for sale for $4,000. You could buy that land. You could work with a contractor, work with a builder, buy houseplans.com, get the house plan for $1,000, get him to build a duplex on that property, but he gonna put a lien on you, right? Till the house gets paid or refinanced out. So there's some ways you can start without it, but it's like, you got to be like right on the edge. I mean, does Wayne Brady have to choke a bee? Really? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Shonda Rhimes. There you go. Shonda Rhimes. I know Wayne Brady is hilarious. It was over Disney tickets. She called and said, hey, can y'all call somebody? I got more family coming. And they were like, you done made enough money. You can't pay for your ticket. And I think she overheard somebody getting ready to say that. So she was like, you done. I'm done. Thank you. HTV Stars. Same show, same people. These shows keep going. Y'all act like, see, this is the thing. When people get into some of these careers, when recessions happen, they just flip slower, right? Instead of flipping, we flipping 20, 30, 40 houses. Nah, they going to flip one every 60 days, every 90 days. They're going to pay a little slower. Contractors be, okay, well, don't worry. No rush. I'll pay you next week, right? So again, congrats, who's me? He said, this is why I'm glad I'm with Uber Eats and DoorDash and now Spark with Walmart. I didn't even know what Spark is. You see how out of the loop I am. All side hustle. Listen, sir, I'm going to just tell you like this. Go ahead and get your LLC. Call it whatever services. This is not, again, this is straight up 100% what I've done and what other people done. Put that bank account over there. If it asks you what you're doing, 1099, I just want to put all my 1099 gig economy money over here so I can keep track of it. It goes over there when you do your taxes. Boom. That was all under the services. That was all under you doing that. You have the 1099s to back it up. You have the documentation to make it right. And it's all provable. That's how you just had all these people make 15, 20 grand from the PPP time, and they were Uber drivers because they put it all in a bank account where it's trackable, traceable. This is how much I make. Because what happens is people do all these side hustles. They put in their regular personal account, and their personal bills eat it up because they're not even clear on how far they're in debt or how much they're in debt. Because debt's really what's eating the people up. Dave Ramsey said a thing earlier yesterday, and he was like, if you just had your house bills and all your other bills are paid off, he said, ooh, take a sigh of relief. Now you just got to pay your house. Everything else paid off. See, what you're going to see now, a lot of these people run out here getting these SUVs, and I just drove through a military town, and all the car dealership places are full of cars. Why? They're full of pickup trucks and SUVs and selling the soldiers every souped up V8 they can get. Why are they full of little cars right now? Because gas prices about to go up. I'm just putting it out there. You're going to have 4 different refineries blow up. One in the Middle East, one in Africa, one in Spain. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. That's why I'm doing a whole little doom and gloom show over there on another channel. I'll post some of it in the community tab. But I'm telling you, gas is going to be all high. What happened last time when gas was high? Everybody jumped in them little cars they had in their yard parked, driving to work. I'm in Texas. Everybody driving F-150s just so they can look nice. Don't ever use their truck for nothing. Them same people going to be driving what? Dodge Charger. so they can get into a better car, driving a Honda, right? Everybody makes fun of Tesla, but watch, Tesla gonna make a boom this fall. You think I'm joking? The guy or girl who spends 60 grand on a F-150 or a Forerunner, they'll spend the money for a Tesla. I assure you, they'll spend the money because they want to stunt. They want to show you they can buy it. Thank you, I appreciate you. Oh yes, they already building the conversation up. They already talking about what are the schools going to do about this Delta variant? Are we going to make the kids wear masks again? They already doing it. The vaccination is so low that they're out here being like, hey, we're giving money, lottery tickets. We're giving guns in West Virginia. We're giving gift cards to Nordstrom. Somebody sent me a screenshot earlier today on Instagram, and I thank y'all for all the stuff y'all send, where they're trying to give gift cards in Georgia for you to come get vaccinated. That's a bribe. That should be illegal, but the way the government has said, well, we're just trying to help incentivize people to come get their shot. They already started in North Carolina knocking on doors. Guess who doors they knock first? The North Carolina projects. Government housing. Why? Because you're already in government housing. It's easy to go, if you don't get your vaccinations, you could lose your housing, Now, I'm not saying they said that, but if you come by somebody's door enough times, what is that person thinking? They're feeling, I better do this thing. If I don't do this thing, I'll get in trouble. Now, I just got a comment from somebody. Ooh, somebody going to jail. Oh shit. Damn. Hate to see it. I'm gonna just put this down, but y'all gonna see next week somebody going to jail. Okay, well, that's the news for the week. But let me put it to you like this. Let me be very clear. All this stuff is recorded. Everything you put on YouTube is up here. Everything you record is recorded. The Facebook, all this stuff, this internet, they have to turn it over to the FBI or anybody. Let me be very clear. If y'all gonna promote something, promote it for real, 100% on this platform. Because I'm telling you, CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant. If you don't know what you're saying, tell them you don't know what you're saying. Tell them you don't know what you're doing. I hate to see it. Let me tell you something. Advertise your business the best way you can, the right way you can. Pay for advertising via ads. Because the government don't like competition. That's all I'm going to say on that. Woo, Jesus. Woo. Y'all be sending me the juice. Honey. What about the businesses that already lost out on so much money because of the lockdown? Why would these major corps allow this? Period. Control of market share, right? If you go to California, there's a guy, I Allegedly channel in Jermaine Bain. They show you all the time. They walk up and down the streets of California showing you all these closed businesses. So everybody's like, I'm making all these millions of dollars in California. Yeah, but ain't nowhere to go. Ain't no businesses open. You got homeless people everywhere. Don't try to sell me on California, bro. It just ain't gonna work. Honey, this is, to me, is where people are in situationships. This is where people are desperate to be in some kind of situationship, because it ain't a relationship. If you're not even comfortable enough to discuss money and your future plans and where you're trying to go, God bless you. You can quote me, but I think you're gonna have a correlation between gas prices going up and people going home, and also you can have a correlation of home prices going down. All of a sudden, these builders that were trying to be slick and, I'm doing all this, it's a wrap. Like, lumber prices gone down. You can't justify the expensive prices. Listen, they don't care. I don't care as long as she's feminine. Listen, I'm telling you, it costs to be the boss, man. There you go. Typically, that a woman making $2,000 will insist the man pay the full. That's why she. Melissa, tell him. I mean, this is basic math, yo. This is basic math. Like, she making $2K. Again, Glennon Cameron said, I would never move in a woman unless I pay all the rent and bills. I'm going to let other people talk to y'all about that, because y'all be acting like, Erica, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm just telling you. People are natural. The hierarchy of needs are that survival. And some people are so traumatized or in such a long season of survival that they can't even elevate to think of the next level. It is sad. It's very sad. Oh, see, sir, I can't read that out loud. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't you do that. I can't read that out loud. Yes, listen, Jumanji, yes, the Amazon of Africa. The dude that came on talking, oof, I saw this clip, I got upset. He's white, but he's from like Australia or like South American white. And he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have all Africans. And the guys at CNBC said, oh well, what about engineers? You don't have African engineers. He said, yes, we do. We have lots of African engineers. Lots of African engineers. Like, and I was almost insulted because I'm like, Nigeria just kicked out all Chinese contractors for engineering because they have so many engineers that are African that needed work. So what the guy is saying on CBC is like the low mindset of Americans are like, oh, y'all have contractors and engineers? Duh. This is a whole continent. This ain't backyard bardigans. Like, what is wrong with y'all? So there's several books I'll put in the book of the day. I think I have 100 books pre-scheduled to come out. You guys will see on here, book of the day, and a lot of them have Africa. But yes, that is the stock. Listen, I'm not trying to say, I'm just saying if I come knocking on the door of the projects first, you're in a worse position. You can't even own a gun in the projects. You can't even defend yourself in the projects. Read that article today. Not only did they not know the income, but the credit score or level of debt. Prime example, there was a woman came on Dave Ramsey. Y'all go find this art show. It was like hot. People in the comments going crazy. She was from the Philippines. A black man came over to the Philippines for 3.5 months, right? Then they get married and she goes back with him. Now, somebody only been there for 3 months. I'm not talking about, listen, you love somebody, you know, right? But he over there, he don't speak no Filipino. He ain't speaking Tagalog or whatever they call that language. And a lot of Filipinos do speak English. But she comes back to America. She's in New York. He's like, well, how much money y'all make together? She's like, about 32 or 34,000. I think it's 34,000 a year. And he said, that's just your income? What's his income? She said, no, together. He said, wait a minute. Don't you say you work 2 part-time jobs? Yes. And he said, how many jobs are you working? 1. Dave Ramsey's like this. He's like, oh my God. He said, how much is his debt? Well, he didn't tell me, but I started going through the mail because the mail kept getting backed up and he would throw it straight in the trash. And I opened up the mail and it was I think it's $150,000 from, he either went to a HBCU and some other college for like 6 years. And it's just debt stack and he ain't tell her nothing about it. And she said, he was like, first of all, you tried to getting over here in America, right? And I'm just gonna bring it up. I hate to do it to y'all, but he's a black man. Okay, it was a history in black college. I was like, oh brother, no, but hey, he got her. So she said I brought it up to him, and he was playing video games, and he was saying he's very depressed about it, and he just doesn't want to talk about it. And Dave Ramsey was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Your only option here is to talk about it. You are married now, or your choice is to go back to the Philippines. Which one?" You need marriage counseling. Dave Ramsey never tells somebody to divorce somebody. He's always like marriage counseling and all this other stuff. But everybody in the comments was like, girl, leave, girl, go back to the Philippines, right? So again, you come to this country and America is the land of milk and honey, and everybody's making all this money, and you with somebody that's not making no money. He's not prospering. You need to know these things, okay? You need to know. And that's why when people talk about sex all the time in our culture, it's just silly because it's like that's why our parents and grandparents lasted longer, because it was about what do you have in common, family in common, area in common goals, where y'all going down the road, what you putting together, what you building together. These people are like, she's so hot. She don't even have to finish 8th grade in school. She just hot. Okay, brother, good luck. If you don't make a lot of money and she just spend money, good luck, brother. Salute to you. God bless you. But yeah, I mean, again, that article blew my mind. People don't know their credit scores. They don't know their debt, because here's the thing. There's a couple I watched. YouTube likes them because they keep promoting them to me. Hispanic couple. They bought an A-frame house. She was a school teacher. She got pregnant. They paid off all their debt. Only thing they have is that A-frame house, and that's it. They have no debt. And they're like, it's weird telling their friends and family like they have no debt, because everybody's like, but what? Don't you want a new car? Don't you want to? He's like, no, we have everything we need. We have a house. We just have a baby. My wife gets to stay home and work. I do some work. This is great. People can't even be happy for them, because it's like they're 27 and they aren't in the debt spiral. They aren't the hamster wheel of debt. And this is just something you really want to advocate to people. If you can get a few rentals and that be your only debt, better life. There's 343 people here. Y'all hit that like button. Classy climb. John, you can go to classyclimbers.com. Classyclimbers.com will take you to the classes. It's such an important part. Oh Lord. Listen, I'm not shocked at all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you a story about a lady who worked at Lowe's with me. Hold on. Jim said I knew a woman whose spouse suddenly died. It took her 2 years to access the money because other people also made claims. Other women. I'm not even shocked. We have a friend, family, former military veterans. He died. Her name ain't on nothing. Not the house, not the cars, not anything. And she just thought it was so romantic. She's still trying to get access to everything. Everything get turned over to her in the estate because she was his wife. But he married her after 22 years of being together. Y'all, these things are serious. You could lose your whole life, your cars, your houses, your everything, because somebody want to play. Grow up, okay? I just know too many stories of people don't have stuff together. They don't have it together. And if you somebody's little special friend and they out here in the red pill sipping sauce, and you just a special friend, when that person die, and y'all act like this is some kind of crazy talk, but you got some of these MGTOW folks who are living in Brazil and living in other countries. I can't say what I want to say. I gotta be careful because I'm being respectful to the dead. They died at 55. Their family had to do a GoFundMe to get them back over here. Had another dude who has a wife, a big fat one. Nobody wants to talk about that though, because they go overseas and all the women are fat, are fine and feminine, whatever. But that's gonna all come out in the wash. And you got to stop playing like you guys live forever. You don't. I have friends who have died the past couple of years in their 30s, car accidents, stuff happens. So you got to stop playing out here. Stop playing with people. There you go. I'm telling you, they really do. I don't even think it's 35% on bigger pockets. It's more like 15%. The rest are just gathering info they don't use. We'll see. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. You might be more right than me because I've gone on there and I've like been in chats with people and they're like, hey, you wanna? They're wholesalers. I'm like, oh, okay. Do you own any rentals? No, a lot of that, honey. It is. It's a business. It's a business. Now, I didn't believe the Miami airport was that crazy till I was in there one night, and in the Miami airport, this girl was in her bathing suit, her swimwear. I was like, baby, we're not even at the beach. Like, what is you doing? And her flight was delayed. So I'm like, so basically you just ran up here. You just ran up here from the beach to catch your flight, and now it's late. Like, these people play too much. They play way too much. Oh my God. Okay. I'm thinking I was here. Yeah. That's so crazy to me, Mary. It doesn't make sense. Ooh, yeah, that somebody's somewhere doing that. Probably makes a lot of money. Cosmic wisdom. Thank you. And it's not even a white driveway. It's a black driveway. Like they did the black pavement stuff, the cheap stuff. Like if you find this article, it's a woman in Louisiana. Let me see if I can pull it up. I know it's going a little long, but I'm gonna chop this video up and put it back up here. Don't find it. Got 100,000 in fines. It's like citations. Let me see if I can find it. And citations in Louisiana. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Because I just think you guys got to see this thing. I wouldn't have believed it if you didn't show it to me. That's my whole point. You have 4 working adults who she can't come in there and be like, hey, y'all, let's let's split this because they keep finding me, or can we do something about it? And she said, well, I tried to reason with the man. I'm like, no, y'all, that don't make no sense. Hold on. See if I can find it. hate it, hate it. So Reason Magazine and some of these magazines are basically, they're always talking about where your tax dollars are going and how the government be out of pocket, out of control, with lots of stuff. Let me see if I can just get it. Let me see if I can. Girl, y'all won't believe me if I show you this house. Oh, oh, I think I found it. I think I found it. Yes, baby. See, this is the internet. I love it. Okay. Couldn't show y'all this because I don't want y'all to be saying I'll be out here lying on these people. Yes, the Hellcat. Yes. 333 people in here. What's up? Hit that like button. Support the channel, baby. Classy Climbers is where you can get the classes from. I think the discount code is summer for 60% off. I will send an email out later tonight. All right, boom. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, she got the Hellcat. Listen, come on now. It don't even make no sense. My nerves can't take living with family. Listen, I tell you, you love them from a distance. What's up? Thank you, Doug. You're always supporting us. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, now let's go ahead and that's a good Tay. All right. Hey. Okay, so here we go. Here it is. This is Reason. Free minds, free markets. You guys know I'm a libertarian. I know y'all think I'm a conservative person. Whatever. Anyway. City charges woman more than 100. Now look at this driveway, y'all. Sandy Martinez said the fine, along with another $63,000 for driveway cracks and a down fence. She got a grown adult son, and her fence is down. Why is her fence down? She got a grown adult son. I know, Erica. There you go, talking about gender roles. See, y'all want gender roles when it comes to women. Y'all want us cooking and cleaning and all this other S, but you don't want to be that man that's outside fixing a fence. Well, what if he don't know? Then you need to pay somebody who does know. That's your choices. Gender roles. You want gender roles. You want to be you want a traditional woman, but you can't do traditional man stuff. So you really can't ask for something you can't do. Well, I'm gonna pay somebody. If you ain't got no money to pay somebody because you make $40,000 a year, Craig, stop lying. You need to get on out there with the hammer and do something. Every day you need to be off that Xbox and figure out how to fix that backyard. I said it. Y'all can hate me. Send it over to Man O Spirit. Let them talk bad about me. I'm cool with it. All right. So Sandy Martinez right there. That's a Charger. That's a 2015 or that looks like a 2020 Jeep Cherokee in the yard. Okay, now she's suing the city because they fined her $250 a day in Lantana, Florida. I apologize. I said Louisiana. This is Lantana, Florida. I apologize. This is Florida. Now, when all four cars, now she already told you she has her 2 adult children and her sister. So that's 4 cars. When all 4 cars were parked at her home, 2 of them sometimes extended slightly beyond the driveway and flanked by her yard and the sidewalk. Okay, so you keep on going down. Now, let me hear you what it says. Let me tell you what it says right here. She said these fines, it's $100,000 now. Let's just go ahead and make that clear. It amounts to 4 times her annual income. So what she just told you is she makes $25,000 a year. Let me say that again. This fine is enormous and ridiculous because it's 4 times her annual salary. So $100,000 divided by 4 is what, boys and girls? $25,000 a year. So if she made $25,000, how much are the other 3 people in the house making? That we can't get the driveway done while everybody at work? Let's just go on up here. Let's go on up here. Now again, they kept giving her citations because the vehicles were parked on unapproved surface, grass/sidewalk. They kept adding on fines. She says, I kid you not, she says, I eventually forgot about the issue. This is already tell you she irresponsible. But after those efforts proved fruitless, she just ignored it. So the daily fines continued. For how many days, y'all? 407 days. Nobody told her that would happen. Honey, why do they got to tell you? You a grown woman. An adult woman with adult kids. And you didn't know the fines was going to keep coming. Now, again, she said, listen, y'all getting on me for the driveway. It's minor and cosmetic. I did not have the time or the money to fix the driveway right away. She said the cost is $16,000. That's greater than the cost of a new driveway. Then why didn't you fix the driveway? She said, well, and then there was a storm, so it knocked over the fence, and the repair was covered by the insurance. But it took a claim a while to process. She couldn't afford the fence to be fixed. So, okay, so she said it's more than the cost of a new fence. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, but you can go to Lowe's and buy the panel part of the fence, a panel at a time, for $35,000, $35 to $100 now, because lumber cost is up. You want to work with people, but it's like, come on now, y'all. She said, given her career, and she was unable to move for many years. If she moves, she will owe so much money and will not be able to start over anywhere else. She cannot seek a job anywhere in driving distance of her current home. When she is older, she will not be able to retire at a different residence. These fines are hurting her. Even if she dies, because the city already said this, they will foreclose on her Florida home. Come on now. She said, that's ridiculous that they would charge me so much for parking on my own grass that I pay for. It's basically making me a renter in my own home. Now, again, there's other cases where people are paying $30,000 for tall grass in Dundee, Florida, and $90,000 for trucks parked on rural property in Ingle, Wisconsin. It's a shame, y'all. So again, basically, this is a grown woman with grown kids and her sister living there. She only makes $25,000 a year. I told y'all what will happen. This economy gets rougher. Multiple people move into one house. And, common sense to me says, hey, let's the driveway, let's call one of our friends. Let's see if we can get the hookup on the driveway and chuck them $2,000 and keep it pushing. Now, $25,000 a year is what, y'all? Let's go ahead and break that down by months. I'm going to tell you right now. She shouldn't have no bills, okay? 25,000 divided by 4. 25,000 divided by 12 months is $2,000 a month. That's before tax. But she owns her own home. So get this, what she do? Move her adult children back in. They both work. Move her sister in. They all work. So between the four of them, I'm not trying to be funny, how much income comes in that house? That's why when people say, oh, the average American income is $50,000 a house. No, that's a household. That's everybody in the house. The average person makes $30,000 or less. Now, what happens if she wants to date somebody and move a man in? Now, them other people got to go somewhere. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there because I think y'all think I'll be making these stories up, and I don't. I literally pull them from the internet, from the newspaper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I did disrespect y'all with that. It is. Playtime is over. Listen, when people still talk to me about Bill Clinton, the feel good 90s, I'd be like, oh, honey, good luck. Dr. Dix is wild. Dr. Dix stay wild. He's hilarious. Ain't nothing going on there, Scooter. I know everybody keeps trying to sell y'all on that. Really investigate why is somebody trying to sell y'all on that, because they trying to sell the property they own in it. I'm sorry, I'm not. There it is. The Port Authority. Hey, Ma. The Port Authority is expanding in Savannah. I'm sorry for hollering in y'all ears. That was rude. There you go. There you go. Back during the days when Dr. Boyce Watkins business over, we had an REI group focused in Detroit with a tenant that wouldn't leave. There you go. There you go. Today, I've gotten so many notifications from Redfin on so many properties. People are putting their houses on the market and dropping prices. Dr. Dix be wilding out. Yes, RC Blake's. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to put more stuff in here there. There you go. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. RC Blanks cracks me up because he's like somebody's uncle. Like, come on now. Come on now. He said the first thing I'm going to do is ask you about your income because I'm at 58. I ain't trying to play them games. And a lot of these people on the internet need to stop fronting like, yeah, I'm going to get me some young girl. And I'm going to start over and have little babies. You too old for that, brother. Brother, please. Brother, please. Come on now. That 2-year-old is going to be kicking you in your back and you're going to be out here crying. Stop it. Your back going to go out. Quit it. Quit lying. Now, at some age, you get to the age where you're wearing the white linen suits and you're going to the Jazz and Essence Festival just for the music. Just enjoy that part of life. There's a season to everything. Okay, you ain't got to do stuff all over again. There was a shortage of housing. If credit freezes up, BlackRock of the world will continue to purchase homes. Lumber prices slowed down development as well. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Richard Fan. Yes, Richard Fan. Good, good. Thank you. I forgot his name for just a second. Richard Fan. Oh my God, I'm 100% military disabled vet. So is my mother. If I make 12,000 a year, I lose 1,500 monthly tax-free benefit. You may realize that pennies compared to what I can actually make at 55. So my mother is one of those golden age parachute of the military years. She makes close to six figures in retirement, but she did 26 plus years, multiple wars, multiple injuries, multiple paychecks. So yeah, everybody's different. Just depends on when you got out. Ooh, there you go. Go, your word. Just listen. Only thing left with the house. I'm about to just put 40 in my Altima. Was not on full. Good luck, Lee. Yeah. That's all I have is my mortgage. My mama aunt live with me and pay 800 a month in rent, so I basically pay 300 for my mortgage. Listen, you can only have so many adults in one house, but I feel you. My mama said that's so true as she walked by because she know it's true. Need a bigger house for that. Listen, if you had Aunt Sandra's house, then you could put all the excess children in the back house. Uh, anyway, there you go. Oh, they giving them guns. They giving them everything. Listen, okay. Jacksonville is wow. Now I'm gonna question that number only, Sherry, because I'm gonna question that number because all data shows that white people are majority of people on welfare. But I get what you're saying. I'd have to go look at the numbers. Now, according to the United States government, 50% of all children in America, every single child in America lives in a home with a parent that is either receiving some type of benefit or some type of services. So that could be your grandma living in the house, she receives Social Security, you get some kind of benefit, maybe you're a disabled child, food stamps, whatever. So I can believe those numbers. They're up there. I just can't confirm that one. I'm not certain. But I tell people like you need to have a conversation with somebody. And I'm gonna just go there real quick and I'm gonna leave it alone. Richard Fan, a lot of these men channels, if you look at them, 32 to 35, let's just be honest. 28 is the last time you should be hearing about some potential and helping somebody get their life around and building somebody up. 32, 35, you need to be on the road where you're trying to go. You need to be on the path. You need to be on the tracks. It don't take as long as y'all keep saying it takes to get where you're trying to go. If you want to get a degree in something, if you want to get a certification, I bring on countless people. Stop playing. Get really deep into tech. I think David Strand's No Sleep for Suckers, he just put a woman up there for tech. I brought on people for tech for a whole year, showing y'all if you really want to get into that lane and you really want to get over there. All my friends that tech have done is work from 21 to 31. Take that money, all their debts are paid off. They got a house, they got a nice car, and they take breaks when they want to. Some of them take breaks while they're having children because they've made such a high income. And really, it's the debt. Y'all have to understand it's that debt part. Yes, Doug, I've seen that. It's really sad. A lot of the black dudes taking it too. If Juvenile looking like casket ready didn't inspire you, I don't know what will. The main problem, number one, pharmaceutical companies are immune from prosecution. Number two, the vaccine lasts 6 months. Ooh, that's disgusting. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about him. There's another person. Trust me. See, when I'm in the business world, we are all talk to each other. It's a small circle. We all talk to each other. It's not as big as you think. That's why when I tell y'all, get to these conferences, get to these events, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna be as respectful as I can of this woman. She purposely went to every real estate conference because she was looking for a real estate man to marry. And she's married now in Dallas. Now, y'all figure that out. Y'all figure that out. But she done got married and she done had a kid because she got in the room with people that's what their mindset was. Wherever you want to get in this economy the next 2 to 5 years, you need to be in that room. You need to be immersed in that community. You need to be focused on that community. Put it to you like that. There you go. Listen, Auntie, I'm telling you, when people say, Erica, why won't you do a conference in New York? I can't. I can't. They're not even letting you. They already getting ready. Listen, if you didn't notice Max Maxwell and a bunch of male real estate people going over to Africa to the Ghana Investment Conference, Nigerian Investment Conference. Now, I want to go, but I ain't trying to take 47 vaccinations to go to Africa. I just ain't trying to do it. I ain't trying to do it. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Go Gerber said never. Oh, well, okay, we'll put his book up in the chat or send it to me, message on my Instagram. I'll share it. She not going back, baby. Okay, listen, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. I'm gonna bring back Tech Tuesdays some more in the future because I think y'all playing. Y'all don't realize that India is pretty much isolated and locked down for the next year with all the germs they got. We just like, okay, India, y'all figure that out. But this will be your time to get those interviews in tech. I'm just telling you, get your money and keep it moving, honey. It is okay. Listen, and you ain't trying to marry no old 50-something-year-old man if you in your 20s, unless he got some money. Listen, the guy RC Plain said, "You not a player. Remove the L, you a payer. Payer." This goes for women too. You 50 with a 30-year-old boyfriend, honey, you not a player. You a payer. Payer. Halle Berry learned her lesson. Madonna learned her lesson. All the women out there trying to act like they getting them young things, they gonna learn a lesson like these old men gonna learn a lesson. Ooh, Chief Rocket, that sounds terrible. Honey, that's a problem. That's a problem. Hey, welcome, Prudent Mom. I hope you enjoy the channel. We have lots of topics on tech jobs and tech stuff, and also side hustle opportunities. I'm telling you. Pyramid Talk, go ahead and hit us up at admin@classyclimbers.com. You at any point in time can get with me at erica.s.williams at gmail.com any day of the week. I always answer those emails. I promise you. Admin@classyclimbers.com and erica.s.williams at gmail.com. If you are trying to ask me about some class or stuff, I'm going to forward you to my VAs, but I am always in here. You can always get access to me every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Our whole staff is dedicated to checking emails because we get about 100 to 125 of them a day that ask random stuff. Hey, do you know where this old video was that you said in this video? Can you find us that video? Or people go, hey, I have this book that you talked about in a video. Can you go find that book you were talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. So that's what most of my emails full with. But that's what most of my emails full with. They do. They probably are. I'm telling you, they are. She said what she said. 52%. They do. This is true. This is true. People do. Dang, why you gotta go there? I do. Yes, Anthony. Listen, sir. Anthony Brian Logan, a very accomplished YouTuber in our space, gives great data points. More whites are on welfare than blacks, but a larger percentage of blacks are on welfare than whites. This is correct, sir. I just was saying I don't know if her number of 41% was correct. Sir. That's what I'm telling you, big money growth. I'm telling you, if you come on this channel and I put it all in playlists, if you just want to watch all the playlists on tech, just Tamika telling you the steps to get into tech. All these people offering like the steps are there. Immerse yourself in tech for the rest of the year. Go get your check and go on about your day. See, there's plenty. You can literally go on Google right now. I want my CDL. Trust me, stuff will pop up. Let me see here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna finish this up. We've been on here a long time. She said I got 6 rooms we don't see each other. Hey, I feel you. Uh-oh, monkeypox. What is that? What is monkeypox? I ain't never heard of that. Hello, Andre C. Hatchett, one of our great speakers on the Classic Climb Tour. You guys better catch us in Atlanta and DC because it's going to be lit. I know. Isn't that funny? Isn't it great the government cares enough to knock on the door? That's right. You're not a player. You a payer. Oh my God. Than Merrill's back out there again. I could believe it. I don't know what my mama cooking there. Probably some chicken though. For sure. Listen, if you reach out to our email systems, 9 times out of 10, Enrique's going to say, here's the contact list. Here's where you can buy a consult call. I'm going to just tell you right now when you hit the emails, you can buy a consult call. You can do this, or your email has not been responded to. Like, I'm just going to let you know. That's usually how it rolls down. So, anyways, you guys, this is your girl Erica, Classy Climb Blog. I think the coupon code that our staff have is 60% off with code SUMMER. Again, we're going to be doing some live stuff for the fall for the tax liens. We have some live classes at the end of this week, checking on Middleman to Millions, just answering questions, getting you guys ready to rock and roll, getting your business on rolling, showing you guys some of the behind the scenes of our booking side for our cleaning company, and hopefully showing you all the website. But I think we have that up there. Also, we'll be showing you next week. What's the other one? I think we'll have the credit repair business guy on. He'll be talking about business credit, establishing it. I actually have 4 or 5 people lined up for business credit. No knock, no shade, just so that we're all clear on what it is and what it does and how it works and how you're supposed to appropriately use it. And again, I always try to bring people on that are experts in their field. Because again, CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant, cover your butt. Let somebody who does it every day talk about it. And I want you guys to feel that knowledge and get it straight from the camel. And if you've been in any of my classes, if you've been in Ride 20%, you know what he's probably going to talk about when you get here. But for everybody else who hasn't seen it, there you know. Congrats. I hope you review all the content. Most stuff is the same right now in the platform to go buy taxes. But we'll have new stuff in the fall. But again, honey, 50, you a nurse or you a purse, honey? That's just is what it is, baby. It is what it is. So yeah, we'll have some more Tech Tuesdays coming up because we just want to get you guys prepared, right? I don't want you to come on this channel and say, man, Eric, oh my God. Like I've told you, I read you all those numbers. Housing. You can go back and look at our old videos on housing. I talked about Chattanooga, Tennessee for years, couldn't get in it, right? Talked about Nashville, talked about Georgia, talked about a lot of these things that you could see and invest in for yourself. Yes, they're a little expensive now, but put a couple targets on the cities you want. They're going to be lower. If you want a beach house, you're about to be able to buy one. You want a plane, you about to be able to buy one. You want some stuff, you about to be able to buy it in October, baby, because people going to need some money. That's all I'm telling you. So again, spend the next 90 days really pursuing hard what you want to get and focus with and immerse with. And if you're in the Ride 20%, I'm going to be listing off the conferences that I'm going to be in so that you can know where I'm going to be. And I'll tell you what my game plan is. So, all right, you guys, there you go. Have a great day, you guys. Good luck, Golden Girls. Rest in peace, Biz Markie. Did he die? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Boom. Erica Williams, Classy Climb. Later.